So we're like pretty high up, and we stop this leg. You guys need to start praying because in 10 seconds this is like,
like
that's
this thing's gonna drop.
Like I literally like oh, that's what was going through my head outside.
And like ask us our name and date of birth and what kind of casket we wanted.
And I turned to my sister and I go, she's asking our names for our eulogy. Okay, so we got stuck on the X2 and you're like backwards and you're like hanging and I'm still crying. Oh. Okay. You want to start?
No.
Okay.
You go.
Well, now it's awkward because you're here. I did like this whole thing earlier and it wasn't awkward, but now it's awkward because you're here. I got like saliva in my throat. Okay.
I have gum particles, but okay.
Oh, you should spit out your gum. You don't have to.
It's out.
You're just gonna hold it?
What?
What if you want to use your hands when you talk?
I'll use this one. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I was terrified, and then I have like this. What?
I use my hands when I talk a lot. You probably noticed, right?
Yeah, you're part Italian, right?
No.
Like
Spaghetti.
It was a scary.
That was really good. They put me to shame.
I'm gonna try again.
That's good. That's good. Anyways, video. Okay.
Okay.
So we were like, okay, so you guys were gonna go on the X2, right? Like you guys had all planned like collectively as a group.
No, we just stumbled upon Randy's group and it was like, hey, we'll go with you guys. Where are you guys going? X2? Well, we never heard of that, but we'll go anyway.
You never heard of it?
This is the second time I've been there. Or it was the second time I was there, so of course I don't know. I don't really know Six Flags.
Well, I went to Six Flags with, like, thinking that I wasn't going to go on the X2, because I had been on the X2 before. But, like I mentioned earlier on in the video, I don't like the X2 because it always makes me disoriented and I come off with a big headache. So, like, I went there and Janelle, my sister, actually asked me, she was like, so, like, you're willing to go on all the rides? And I was like, yeah, except the X2. Like, I literally, that is what I said. I told her that, and she was like, oh, that's okay. I don't really like the X2 either. And I was like, okay, great. And then, like, we're never going to make each other go on the X2. So I was, like, going throughout my whole day, like, this is awesome. But let me preface this by saying, like, I'm not scared of roller coasters. Like, I wasn't scared to go on the X2. I was just, like...
I was. We were in line, and I saw, like, those kids, and they were just, like, looking down, and they were so high up. Now, I'm not afraid of heights, but I am afraid of falling from a high place.
Right.
It's not the same thing.
Well, then later she told me, so it's like, we had, like, time for one more ride. And my sister all of a sudden tells me, like, she was like, yeah, so I got a text from Randy. Apparently, Abe's group, teamed up with them, like came up with them. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like basically they came together and they're gonna ride the X2. Yeah, conjoined. So I was like, okay, great for them. Like that's cool. And then my sister's like, we should go. And I was like, sis, I thought we made an arrangement here that we weren't gonna go on the X2. And then she was like, yeah, but they're all going on it last ride of the night. Like we should ride one with the whole group that we went with. So I was like, fine, like you're right, we should ride with the whole group, right? So then I got there, we were in line, and it was like, it was chill, it was okay. I wasn't scared, but I was kind of like dreading it a little bit, but like not in like a scared way.
Oh, well, I was in the scared way, so.
Yours wasn't a scared way?
Mine was the scared way. I didn't want to go on.
And I'm sure it made it worse when we got
stuck.
I'm really like not afraid of roller coasters, or at least I wasn't before this experience. So we get up there, and so you rode with Paul, right?
Yep.
So we get up there, and I realize at this point, because everyone has like riding partners already, and it's me, Janelle, and her husband Isano. So it's us three, and
And it's only a 2-seater.
Yeah, it's only a 2-seater. So it says 3, so I realized like one of us is gonna have to ride alone. So obviously I'm thinking I'm not gonna ride alone. So but then I realized like, oh, like Janelle and Isno, like they're married and they haven't rode together all day. They haven't ridden together. They haven't ridden together all day. So I was like, okay, like I'll take this one. And I was like, I'll sit by myself. So I was telling Janelle, I was like, I'll sit by myself. And Janelle, being a good sister, was like, no, like, ride with me. Like, I wouldn't want to ride alone. And I was like, yeah, but then Isno has to ride alone. And she was like, Isno's a man. Like, he'll be fine. So I was like, but you, being a good sister that I am, I was like, but you haven't rode with your husband all day. Like, you should ride with him. And she's like, I spend all the time with him. So I was, like, still being persistent. Was like, no, like, I'll ride by myself. And then Isno just walks into the other line and is like, you ride with her. So I was like, oh, thanks, Isno. So like, when it got to that point, I was like, oh, yes. So I'm really glad that I wasn't riding alone, because I couldn't imagine how I would have even got through that. Like, that would not have been fun. So the ride, it like, kind of like, how would you describe it? It kind of like rocks and you're backwards the whole time, right?
You're flat in a way. You're just laying there. Yeah,
but it kind of like...
Well, maybe throughout the entire ride, but it doesn't really like rock.
No, in the beginning, when you start like taking off backwards...
Oh, and then it starts to like, you'll be sitting like, just sitting, and then it starts going like that, like rotating.
So we get up, and so we're like going up like the incline, but we're going like backwards.
Yes.
And so like how it is it's like Abe and Paul are like right here, and then it's me and my sister, and then it's Isno. Yeah.
In the back right.
And then I want to say there was like 2 more rows behind Isno. So we're like pretty high up, and we stop. So like what was gonna happen is that we were gonna like go up, you know, like and I don't know why I was like, I need to show you what we're doing. And like, so we're like chugging up, you know, and then like, so like what's supposed to happen is you like kind of like go like down like backwards, because you're going backwards, and like do a dip, you know, like that. And so we're like pretty close to the top, and it just like stops.
It does just stop. It was really random.
Yeah, well I thought, because I had been on it before. You hadn't been on it before.
No.
But I had been on it before. So I like couldn't really like remember exactly what it was last time, because all I remember from the last time is I got a headache. That was the only thing I remembered. So I didn't really remember it super well. So I was like, oh, this is supposed to be like one of the like extreme rides, which is why it's like X2. It's supposed to be like extreme with an X, you know, 2. X2. Whatever.
X.
No. So we're like doing that, so I thought maybe it was gonna like stop for like suspense or something.
I thought it was just like taking a really long time.
After a little while went past, I realized, okay, this is suspense.
It just stopped.
Yeah. And then like, so we could hear over like the speakers and stuff, they keep like saying like, reset. Like, and I'm over here like, oh, what you resetting? And like, at first, I wasn't scared. Like, when it first started, I was, like, chill. Like, I wasn't scared. I was, like, okay, like, whatever. Like, it's fine. Because, like, I'm not scared of heights on roller coasters. Or, like, I thought I wasn't before this happened. And, like, I have been on lots of roller coasters. But, like, it changes when you're, like, up there for, like, 20 minutes. Just, like, processing how high you really are. You know? Because, like, when you're just on the roller coaster... It's like 10 seconds of that incline.
And then it goes.
Yeah, and then you're on it for like 40 more seconds or whatever.
And then it's over, but you don't even realize it.
Yeah, exactly. But with this ride, like since we were stuck for like, what would you say, like 20 minutes?
Like 15 to 20, yeah.
We're like stuck up there. It felt like 3 hours. It was like 20 minutes doesn't sound like that long, but like it was agonizing.
Your perception of time amazes me.
Thank you. So, we're like, just like sitting there, and like, I just like, it wasn't just 10 seconds to going up, we were sitting there for a long time, and I just really got to like, I really had time to think about how high up in the air we were. So what was going on through your head?
Nothing. I just tried to get my mind off of it. But thankfully, I had like a shoulder cover. It was kind of a shoulder cover, but it was more like a view cover. So I just kept looking right to my right side because it was just dark. It was just like a black obstacle. So I just kept looking at it, so I couldn't look down. That's like my entire like thinking. And then it started moving. I think you remember this, right? So it started like rocking a little bit, and I thought Paul was rocking it. So I told Paul, like, you gotta stop that. That's terrifying. Like, stop. That's not funny. And he's like, I'm not doing that. I'm like, wait, what? So then I thought, personally, that there was something wrong with the ride and it was just like gonna drop. I don't know why. Or like something bad was gonna happen.
No, me too, because, okay, so, after some time, eventually they tell the people in line over the speaker, we could hear it. They say, like, at this time we recommend that you exit the line, for we don't know how long this process is going to take. And I'm up there and I'm like, you don't know how long this process is going to take? I've been up here for 3 hours already. And
20 minutes, but
so like, probably at this time it was like 7 minutes actually. Probably wasn't even at the 20-minute mark yet. No, it was probably like 15. It was probably like 10 days. Okay, so so we had been up there for like 10 days by now, and like all of a sudden, like, this girl, like a worker, like, I'm not even kidding, she's like running towards us, and I'm like literally like, why is she, like, I knew that she was coming up here to talk to us, but I was thinking, like, why is she running? Like, the fact that she was running scared me so much. Like, I don't know, like, what was going on through your mind when you saw her running, but, like, that terrified me.
I was, for, like, me, I was thinking, like, you couldn't pay me enough to actually go up these stairs.
Yeah, because she, like go up the stairs. She had to go up the stairs on the side.
And, like, ask us our name and date of birth and what kind of casket we wanted.
That is literally what was going through my mind. So, like, she's, like, running up these steps, and I, like, literally, like, my head just went to, like, the worst possible scenarios. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, why is she running? Like, it's, like, what is so urgent that she has to tell us right now? Like, is she gonna, like, I was thinking, like, she's trying to tell it, like, warn us, like, you guys need to start praying, because in 10 seconds, this is, like,
like
that's
this thing's gonna drop.
Like, I literally, like, that's what was going through my head. I was like, oh my gosh, like, what is so urgent that she needs to run up here and tell us? Like, yeah.
And then next thing you know, she asks you, what's your name?
Yeah, she starts going cart to cart, and she's writing down, like, our names and stuff. And I noticed, so, like, when she got to Abe and Paul, because when she was down there, I couldn't really see what she was doing that much. But when she got to you guys, I really could, like, hear her. And I heard she was asking your names. And I turned to my sister and I go, she's asking our names for our eulogy. And, like, I was, like, half joking and half, like, dead serious.
Dead serious?
No.
Like, I was trying to, like, joke about it, like, I knew she wasn't asking her name for a eulogy now, so I was trying to joke about it, and, like, with, like, dark humor, but at the same time, I was like, what if she actually legit is? Like, and I knew that for, like, a eulogy, but I thought, like, maybe, like, they had to do some kind of, like, have our names down in case someone was gonna sue them later or something. Oh, wow. Like, lawsuit them after we all, like, fell to the ground. It was not fun.
That's a terrible way of thinking, but okay.
Yeah, it was not a fun time. And, like, so Janelle, my sister, she's next to me, and she's, like, kind of, like, freaking out, too. And,
after a while, at first she was calm, but then...
Oh, you don't know what she was telling me.
Well, I can hear, and I thought she was calm until she said, okay, I want to get off of this thing now.
Yeah, she yelled at the lady. Yeah, well, Abe the whole time was, like, yelling up at me. He was like, yes. Hey, Tia!
I lost my voice over that, kind of.
Yeah, he goes, when we first stopped, he goes, hey, Tia! And I'm like, what? We have to, like, yell at each other. And he goes, we're stuck! And I go, yeah! So, anyways, back to where we are in the story.
She's asking our names, or she's asking yours.
Yeah, and, like, she gets done asking our names, and she goes to Isno behind us. And Isno was telling her name and stuff, and all of a sudden we could hear over her, she has, like, a little, like, walkie-talkie, and we could hear over her walkie-talkie, they're, like, I'm not even kidding, they're yelling at her that she needs to get down, like, right then. You didn't hear it because she was next to us.
I didn't hear. I didn't know.
But, like, let's say, I don't know her name, but let's say it was, like, Brenda. They're, like, literally yelling, they're all, Brenda, return to panel immediately! like screaming at her, and I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, like why are they screaming at her?
Like, what's going on?
Like first she runs to us, now she's running away from us, and they're yelling at her, Brenda. And as she's running away, my sister like yells after her and is like, and it's like, no, I want to open this right now. And she literally stops running, turns around, looks at my sister, and just keeps on running. And like my sister, she like is like shaking in the cart. So because she's shaking in the cart, it's making our cart rock. And I look up at Chanel and I'm like, are you shaking right now? Because we have like a little like wall between us, so you couldn't really see the person that well next to you. And she goes, yeah, why? And I go, because the cart's rocking. And she goes, oh, okay, sorry, I'll try to stop. And I'm laughing about it now, but like at the time it was not fun. Like laughing about it now is helping me cope. Like at least I'm not like as bad as I was then. I'm not shaking anymore. I'm shaking a little bit thinking about it. But so we like do that anyways, and by the time Brenda, that's her name, I don't know. By the time she gets down, we are moving.
We're already going.
And like literally like it starts to move even just a little bit because you're on the incline, so it's going slow. It starts because like we're like stuck there because they like the cart's like locked, but we got stopped. So it starts rocking again. So as soon as it starts moving, we just go, right? Not okay. Maybe not like.
No, because I remember.
But we went like
as soon
a little bit.
We were ascending, and then we started to descend just a little bit. But it was like we didn't like just plummet going down. It was like I could hear the click. The clicking, you know, okay, so it starts clicking, and next you know, then it starts to gain speed.
Right, well, I honestly don't remember because my eyes were closed the whole time and I was crying. So, again, as soon as it starts moving, I just, like, screamed.
Was that you?
Yeah. I just, like, screamed so loud. And it was, like, one of those screams that wasn't just, like, ah, like, really long, you know? I'm not gonna scream because, like, I'm in my house, so I'm not gonna demonstrate. Yeah. But, like, it wasn't like a, ah, like, really long. It was like, ah, ah, ah. Like, it was like a very, like, staccato, like, ta, ta, on the beat. And, my sister starts hearing me scream and stuff. And so, like, because she was freaking out, too. But she goes into, like, full mommy mode. Well, I guess older sister mode because she's not my mom. But, like, mommy mode just sounds better than older sister mode. So she goes into full mommy mode, and like immediately it's just like, okay, Tia, like you're okay. I like was like trying to talk with you. She's such a good sister. She's like immediately like went to that, and she was like talking to me, and I'm like at this point like not even screaming anymore. I'm just crying. Like I can't even scream. I'm just like crying. But it's like an audible cry. Like it wasn't just like a. It was like. Yeah, you're laughing. But that's really happens, And I was just like so done. Like I just did not want to ride the ride anymore after being stuck up there for 20 minutes. So I'm just like Kim Kardashian crying. Like, yeah, and like my sister's just like, it's okay. And she like tells me she's like Tia, just close your eyes. And I'm literally like holding on so tight, and I'm like, I already am. So how were you and Paul riding this?
I think
you guys take it like men.
No, not when it started rocking. I was terrified. He was, because we were acting cool, and it was like nothing was going on. Well, I mean, we were stuck, but we were like terrified. We were just like looking around like, hey, that's where we were recently. That was cool. It was like, hey, that's where I filled up my drink. Kind of deal, you know. It wasn't.
When you were stuck.
Yes.
I thought you meant when the ride was going. I was like, how did you even have time to be like, oh look, I filled up my drink right there. Like,
it's like, hey, look.
Like you're flipping and like.
No, but then as soon as it started rocking a little bit, that's when we both got scared. Like he probably wouldn't admit it, but he was scared, but so was I. So that's okay. But oof, I closed my eyes right after when it started. Like right after we got stuck, I just closed my eyes. But then I opened them again and I saw a long drop. Then I closed them back.
What?
Huh?
You saw a long drop at what?
Well, when we were riding, and it was like because I kept my eyes closed for most of it. But then I opened them once. And it was a really long drop, so then I closed them because first off.
Then you closed them again.
That's terrifying. You don't want to like just look down.
I could just imagine you like your eyes are closed, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna open them. Oh nope.
Nope.
I go, nope, never mind. Yeah, I never opened my eyes. Was Paul fine?
Right after when it started, he started like yelling with joy. Is like
he's like, yeah, let's
like
do
you like
this.
This is so much fun. I'm over here just shutting my eyes and I have the most like scared face as soon as they took the picture.
Oh yeah, so we get off the ride. And, like, I find out that they take it, it was one of those rides they took a picture on. So we go up to the little photo place, and I wish I would have been able to get a picture, like, of the, like, take a picture of the picture to show you guys.
We couldn't watch.
But, yeah, as soon as I got my camera, they, like, turned off the cameras, and they were like, now pictures. And I was like, I deserve a picture.
Shame on Six Flags.
Yeah, I was like, I deserve a picture after everything I went through. That's the least you can do is, like, let me take a picture of my picture. But, like, I legit, like, I looked like Kim Kardashian crying. So, it just minus the tears, because, like, they were there, but the wind was, like, beating my face on the ride that it just, like, I feel like, well, you guys were actually behind us on the ride. Because it went backwards, so Isn't was behind us, it was backwards, so Isn't was technically in front of us.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys were behind us riding it. Did you ever feel like it was raining? Because I feel like my tears were probably, like, bullets that got you guys.
No, they probably, like, evaporated as soon as, like, they even, like, left your face.
I feel like that could have been, like, just going, because, like, throughout the whole ride, I was like, ah, but then my tears were just, like, pew, 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 you know? So I wonder if you guys were, like, riding, everyone was like, what? Like, my brother told me afterwards, he was like, you should have went to...
You can get something out of this.
Yeah, he was like, you should have went to guest services and demanded, like, season passes. And at the time, I was like, are you kidding? I don't want to come back here. I was like, I don't want no season pass. But, like, now, looking back at it, like
you should have.
Six Flags, if you're watching this, I want some free season passes. I want to go back. I just, like, it was scary in the moment, but I do enjoy. I did enjoy Six Flags, generally.
Overall.
Yeah, just those.
Just
that 20 minutes of my life. But, yeah, after we, like, pulled back into the station, like, the loading place where you get on and off, like, there was, like, 10 times more workers there.
Oh, yeah, there was
than when we left. When we came back in, all the workers are standing, like, on this ledge that's, like, above us, and they're just, like, clapping when we come in. Which, like, looking back at it, which is, like, it's, like, a good thing. I'm sure they're, like, trained to do that, you know, like, and I think it's a good thing, you know, like, they're, like, woo! They're, like, making all this noise. But, like, first off, X2 gives me a headache anyways, and then I had double a headache because of all my stress and my crying. Because, you know, like, when you cry really hard and you're stressed, you get, like, a headache? Okay, well, when you're crying really hard and you're stressed, you get a headache. And then plus, I already get a headache from next to it anyways, which is why I didn't want to go on it in the first place. So I was like, mega headache. So I get into like the stage, and everyone, wow! And I'm just like, guys. And I was like, now looking back at it, I think it's a good thing that they were clapping. Like, cheering for us when we come in, and like at the time I literally was like, do not cheer for me, I am not happy.
Like, we're done here.
Yeah, I was like, I do not want to be cheered right now. Like, I don't know how you felt about it.
I kissed the ground as soon as I got off. What do you mean?
Did you really?
Yes.
You got off and kissed the ground, literally?
As soon as we got off, I just immediately did like a push it to the ground, but I just kissed it. I mean, people like walk all over it, but like, you know.
It was more symbolic.
It was in the moment.
So, right.
Randy saw me though.
I think Rhonda told me that you did that too, I feel like.
Yeah, they said, or I think it was Randy, he said, I wish I got a picture of that.
So when you got off, you just kissed the ground. That's fantastic. It was just a really, I feel like that could have been like a really like good like symbolic poetic moment. These guys that he was talking to by the exit, they're like wanting to give us fist bumps as we're coming off. And I don't know, did you take it like in stride and just like fist bump?
No, I was like it's a football game, like woo, like we're gone, we're out. Let me get my stuff.
I was still crying. Like, we were off the ride and I was still crying, and like I had like my sister was kind of like guiding me because I couldn't even like see correctly because of all my tears. Yeah. Because now, you know, the roller coaster wasn't there to blow them off, so I was like crying. And I kind of like see them all like whoa, and I'm still crying, and I don't want to like just walk past them and not fist bump them. Like, is that rude? You know? So I'm giving them fist bumps, but I'm giving them fist bumps like this. Like there's like 6 of them down the line, and I'm going. I can imagine what they're thinking, giving this girl, this crying girl, fist bumps. I'm like, and I'm not even like crying like I'm like literally like. So thank you for watching. Leave a thumbs up if you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget the bell notification.
Oh.
Oh. Don't forget to turn on the bell notifications. Notification or sons.
That was like when I fist pumped those guys.
Oh no.
I was just reenacting it. Anyways, bye.
That was a terrible experience.